Hi, ladies. Well, you know who I am. Or, it's Kira. So today I'm going to be talking about my MEPS experience. Sorry. I did 2 days, which everyone usually does. My day 1 was May 28th, and my day 2 was May 29th. I started my journey back in April to the Navy, but May 28th came around, 2 days before, that Tuesday, I was at my recruiter's office all day long, because paperwork. And so, that Tuesday came, and her and I met, because that previous Friday, I finally made tape, after so long of trying. So, I forgot my water bottle. I'm Kira. Oh wait, I already said that. So on May 28th, I went into MEPS. I had to get my temperature screened. I got to get screened for COVID, because I went during COVID, the first spike in Minnesota. And wow, I can tell you some interesting stuff happened. So, I work in healthcare. I didn't do, technically, you gotta do a 2-week quarantine before you can go to MEPS. That's what they're supposed to do. But some people don't have time, or they work a ton, like I do. So, with that, I started my MEPS experience on May 28th. I took the PICAT confirmation test, and then started my physical, my hearing, my vision, all that stuff. And then we did the medical brief. And once everyone was done with the medical brief, that was with our group. We had to go sit down, get checked out, sit down in a line, and wait. But we could be on our phones, which was kind of weird, but I didn't want to be on my phone. And then we followed everyone up, like the leaders, the ones that run MEPS, up the stairs to go outside to catch the bus. Because right now with COVID, they can only have 4 people per row, every other row. So, every 2 rows, there's 4 people. 2 on each side. That's what we had. Because I went during COVID. Don't go, by the way, if you're going to go through COVID. Because they will yell at you if you pull down your mask. I pulled down my mask to have some water, and I was trying to breathe through it because I was getting dizzy. That's okay. So I went back to the hotel, got dinner. We had our brief, got dinner, found out my card didn't work. My hotel key didn't work, so that was fun. So I had to go meet that person and see if they can reactivate my card, which they did, which was nice. So with that, it was reactivated, and then, before that, when I was waiting for dinner, we were all supposed to be in our hotel room. I FaceTimed my family. I said, guys, I'm pretty excited because this new chapter is actually beginning. This new chapter, I FaceTimed them, and then I got a phone call from Whitney, Petty Officer Whitney, from our Woodbury office, because I got a chief, our Woodbury office person, because the other one was celebrating their anniversary. So her and I were talking, and she went through the questions like, no, because that's what they do with the Navy. They make sure you get your ass in there. And they make sure you stay in there. So, and then I went down, got my dinner, socialized for a long time. Like, got locked out of my room, no big deal. So then I had to get my card reactivated. So I had to meet this person, the MEPS. The MEPS personnel. So with that, he was really nice with him having to reactivate my card and stuff. That was interesting, but so that was interesting. He actually told me, because you get 4:30 a.m. wake-up call. He said your wake-up call is 4:20. At 4:20, I expect we're going to be waking up people, starting getting people ready. And for breakfast, like, I was already up by like 3:30, 3:45. I was expecting that call. I was ready. And then I went downstairs by 4:30 for breakfast. Let me tell you, eat one bite of something. One bite. Because that can make the difference. I didn't eat at all during MEPS. I didn't even eat my dinner. I only drank water. I didn't eat my breakfast. I was just so stressed out, so excited, and so nervous. So, with that, you go downstairs, you meet with this person. So, and he said, you're on the 5:15 bus, be down here at 5:10. So I was. I had no time to eat my breakfast. I didn't even eat breakfast because I was already stressed out. So, I was there. There was 2 buses because we had 91 people leaving, like shipping out to basic, and going through the medical process. I was on bus 1. I was on the first bus at 5:15 in the morning. So, there's buses. There was 2. Like, majority of people were on the bigger bus, but there's 2. And then we got bused over to MEPS. It felt like 30 minutes, but I don't get why it felt so long. But when you get off the bus at MEPS, you run, and then you guys line up, like in a line, like lineups. So like you make all these lines, and when you guys get moved inside, you wait in the line. And then you go through security as always. Then after security, you guys go line up because you gotta make a group. So we went and lined up, and then they told me they were doing shippers first, and I was not a shipper because I was just doing delay DEP because I couldn't ship right away because I had school and crap and so much other stuff. So then, well, I had to go wait for 2 hours in the applicant waiting area until like 7 something. I still 7:30ish, 7:32, give or take, to start the medical process. And so all these people, we were getting our medical files and all this stuff, waiting. And like I did a lot of my stuff the first day, so I didn't. But I had to get my blood drawn. I had to actually go there twice. So I went there and I was like, I have a really bad history because my veins, you can't see my veins. You can feel them, but you can't like stick them with a needle. Which I know is bad, but it's kind of crazy. So sorry, I'm currently working overnight, but with that, with me, with my blood drawn, like, I didn't get it done because I was so nervous. I was so scared that first time around. So she was like, okay, well, come back later after lunch, get something in your system. It's like, okay. And then we went to round 2 of medical briefing. That was fun. That's where we got a breathalyzer. And then they want you to usually do your urine test. Girls, don't be scared. They somehow actually helped me. I was one of the last ones to give a urine sample for the day. But they really helped me. They took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was kind of fine. It was not normal for me. But my pulse was 114. Because I had a lot of adrenaline and a lot of nervousness. Girls and guys, please don't be scared. I don't know why, but I was really scared. I don't know. I have nothing to hide at all. So, with that, I have nothing to hide. So yeah, so with that, after I didn't know where to go because they tell you just listen, and they said go back to blood draw. I was told to come back later and go through all this other stuff first. So I went through all the other stuff like urinalysis. You do all the other things. I was sitting at the urinalysis. I was sitting in the urinalysis chairs. I tried one time, couldn't go. I could not for the life of me. So I had to come back, and then they said go to do your blood because they were like go to blood draw, and I was so nervous. One of the people that works there came over by me. He said, "You need to calm down. Like I don't want to give you a disqualification because your heart rate's like really fast right now, but you gotta calm down." And I tried to calm down enough, like where I could probably go through the blood draw. The thought of them finding my veins, and I actually had another person go before me. She was like, "Are you ready?" The phlebotomist was like, "Are you ready? Are you ready now?" I'm like, "I don't know." And I was like, "No." And then, so she had another person go before me, and then I was like, "I think I'm ready." And then I was like, "No." And then they had it, and then they came in. She was like, "Do you need to lay down? I need you to relax because this is not good." So then they had another girl. I don't know how I wouldn't make it without the same girl all day. She was the sweetest to me. She was amazing. I still don't know how the heck in the bob they did that. They're so sweet to me. But if you listen, you're nice to them. I went on Friday, so like I did a lot of my journey on the medical eval on Friday. She had a scar right here, because the other one found a vein. Then apparently my blood. She didn't actually stick it, so she just stuck me with a needle for no apparent reason. So it was lovely. And then she tried, and she was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go get someone else because I can't find your veins. This is not good." So I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "While you wait, can I go get another person?" I was like, "Yeah." Because we were talking, her and I, the other girl, her and I were talking, and she was like, "You gotta calm down. You gotta be like her. This girl's like strangely calm." I'm like, "I can't do that. No." So with that, so after my blood draw, when they took my blood pressure and my pulse again, my pulse came down to 97. So they redid it, and they said your pulse is 97. Let's get your blood. So they did the tourniquet, all that stuff, and she's the girl that's helped me out all day. Like I don't know how. She was like, "Okay, I will only poke you if I'm definitely confident in finding a vein." And so I had to look away. I don't mind I hate when someone has to stick me with a needle, but I can stick other people with needles. I'm fine with that because that's like part of my job. But she was like, "Okay, 1, 2, 3. Because they gave me a stress ball. They're like, "Squeeze it." And then she didn't, and she's like, I was like, thank you so much for everything tonight. She's like, okay, well, let's go and do the next thing. And I had the doctor eval. Because I had to get my urine out. Because you're technically before urinalysis, you're supposed to go, technically after urinalysis, you're supposed to go through a medical eval with the doctor. But with me, I couldn't pee. So, before your, like, your movement things, I actually gave my urinalysis, and they found me, and they were like, and I don't know the girl, and she was like, she was so proud of me. She said, I'm so proud of you. You finally went. Thank goodness. I was like, oh. And I said, thank you for everything today. And then I went with my, okay. So, with the doctor visit, so awkward. So, they feel your neck, they feel you up, this stuff. So, for me, I was 19 when I went through MEPS the time. So, I was 19. I haven't had an OBGYN or anything, because, like, that hasn't been on my mind, and, like, I've been focused on school, college, all that stuff. And so, I forgot during the medical eval that they touched down, like, your lips and stuff, but I just got my fucking period the night before, like, the night of MEPS, like, the night before MEPS, like, when I was supposed to, the 28th, and I was like, fuck. And so, like, I had to hide that shit, because they don't like you when you're on your period, so I was like, fuck. And so, that was interesting, but thank goodness she didn't find out. But I forgot that she didn't use syrups. She did all these, like, I have a permanent retainer right here. She had, like, a teeth, like, down there, and a permanent retainer. It's a wired one. It can come out. It hurts, though. It comes out. But, so, with that, sorry, I'm doing overnight, but with that, she touched so she has me change into, my girl had me change into a gown, which I never did before, and, like, she feels your breast, your neck, your tummy, and then she has you put your legs up on the thing. She put my legs up, like, with them bent, and then she spread my legs open and touched my female parts, and I was like, this is so awkward. Like, she was touching them. It was so awkward because I never had that done. I had to distract myself by singing a song in my head because I was like, this is not good. And after that, I thought they were just gonna, like, up and look. After that, she had me turn to the side, like, on my butt, you know, the usual. And so, with that, I was completely fine. She didn't find anything else. They ask you drug, alcohol, all those things again. They ask you, like, 5 times if you ever, you know, because they try to scare you and try to get you disqualified. But with that, I was perfect. And then we went to, then they phoned me when they took me to another room with all the other candidates. And then we did range of motion, also known as ROM, and, like, exercises. So that's where you strip down to your bras and underwears. They take your weight. They do body fat no matter what. Like, I was overweight. I was 171 at MEPS. I was overweight because, one, I was losing water weight the night before. And then I knew I was going to be overweight, so I was going to get taped. They tape you no matter what. So if you're overweight by, like, 5 pounds, they're taping you. Because they need to know where your body fat is. I was at 34%, but when I log on to PFA, I'm at 33%, not 34. I was like, you know what? Max for my branch is 36% body fat. And I saw that number. I was so excited. So then, after everyone else was done, there was only, like, 2 other. I was, like, the last one, and the girl was, like, really helpful. She's like, you gotta suck this in, and you were going to do great. It was kind of nice. So I was that, and then we did ROM. And I remember a lot of my ROMs, but I can't tell you certain ones because your recruiter would tell them, but I remember the duck walk. There's a lot of, like, hand ones. There's a knee walk. There's when you have to go from your knees up to your standing position. And then they check out your back and look at your arches at your feet. There's a couple others, but I'm not supposed to talk about that. So after that, after you're done with the ROM and all that stuff, you meet with the doctor one more time. And that's, wow. I had the girl doctor the first day, like my physical, where she touched everything, and that was awkward. So then I went to the other one. He said next, and he came over, and I gave him my file. And he said, everything looks good. Well, he saw my 114, and then he saw my 97. It's like, okay, well, everything looks good. Congratulations, you can join your branch. I was like super excited. Like, this whole entire process is finally good for me. Like, I'm so happy. I was like almost in tears. I was like, I'm so happy. So congratulations. And then I went. Because you go from that room, you drop off your medical history, you wait till they call your name again. So, like, Kira, like, they called me Kira, or Kiara, I'm like, whatever. So, with that, what is it? You have to wait. So, you waiting. I waited a long time until they finally said my name. Because they have to make copies and all that stuff. And then they said, go to your branch's service liaison office. So I did. Like, you have to check out a medical to go there. So I checked out a medical. And then I checked into my service liaison. This is all biometric scanners. So I checked in, and he's like, you look awful. I'm like, I have a headache. He's like, have you had lunch yet? I said, no, I haven't even had a chance to eat. I said, okay, go get some food. Keep on. I texted my recruiter. I said, I passed medical. I'm so excited. She's like, good. What job are you? And, like, we were texting back and forth, and then I said, I don't know if my parents can pick me up. Because, like, I have family stuff all the time. Actually, speaking of, that's funny, because I can't believe they just texted me. So my service liaison, he was funny. He told me that did you know you don't have to use your GI Bill to pay for college after 2 years, just make the Navy pay for it. Like, you can get a lot of tuition assistance depending on your years you're serving. Ohana! So, with that, with that, yeah, it was really interesting. He was really calm, really awesome. Yeah, he told me all this stuff. That's my work wife texting me, but she's my work wife. So, when I met with my service liaison, it was like 3-something. I had to wait for a little bit because I had to go get some lunch and some stuff but I only had a cookie because they gave you like me a sandwich that was like this big. I'm like, I can't eat that. And so I was like, you know what, I'll just stuff it in my backpack and take it home, give it to the fam. I did that. But, so, my service liaison, like, so before you meet with your service liaison, you meet with your beneficiary like team, and like a girl, mine was a girl, and she asked me who's you do more signatures, biometric scanning, and like who's your beneficiary for your death, who's going to plan for the funeral, who's going to pick up your body if you die. I put mom and dad for 2 of them and dad for 1 of them, because I don't trust my mom as much with my body as much as I do with my dad, because my dad, I don't want my mom to bury her youngest child. Yes, I'm going into service. Yes, they pay for your funeral, but my mom is something else. She's a little cuckoo, but after that, I went back and sat down for a while, and they called me and I said, Kira. I said, oh, yeah. And so him and I, my service liaison, Shepard, he and I talked for a while. He's like, what brought you to the Navy? I said, if you know Jericho Spell, she's a wonderful human being. She and I talked briefly at my other college. I was at community college before I found my other college. So I was at community college, and I transferred to technical. But with that, I transferred because I decided that school wasn't for me. So yeah. But so he gave me the jobs I qualified for. I qualified for CS, culinary specialty, aviation Bowen's mate handler, which is kind of cool, or air packed. I chose air packed, but keep in mind, ladies, I had an ASVAB score of 40. I didn't care. As long as I got in and I passed, I qualified for any branch. But I didn't want to go to Air Force, Navy. Navy just called my name. I don't know how. So, with that, sorry, I'm currently working overnight. I'm so tired. So, with that, I chose aviation air packed. So, it's kind of cool because you shadow, like, it's an apprenticeship program. So, like, it's a 4-year contract. All the other ones were 5 years. I chose a 4-year. Ladies, I'm probably re-enlisting no matter what, because I'm excited for my new career here at the Navy, and I'm trying to get a scholarship. And within that scholarship, there is a bylaw that you have to re-enlist for 6 more years if you want your scholarship. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I can get a scholarship. I'm going to try to get a nursing scholarship. Go me! So with that, I have to re-enlist for no matter what 6 more years after. So that's 10 years. 10 plus 10 equals 20. Once I get into my program and do an MECP, medical assistant something, with that, I will be able to go home for 36 months just to focus on my bachelor's of science in nursing, and then become a commissioned officer, which I am so excited for. Hopefully I get the scholarship with the 4 years, because if I do, I'm definitely re-enlisting. Definitely becoming a naval officer. See? And then I'm going to be in for approximately 10 years. 10 more years until on my added contract. So, out of my additional contract, that's about 10 plus a certain amount. So, if I serve 4 years, we enlist for 6 more, 20 years already. But knowing me, I'm probably going to do a little bit more. I want it, because 23 years you get your paycheck the rest of your life. I'm probably going to do approximately, I'm going to do 25. Because I'm not going to be happy with an odd number unless it's 25. Because 25 marks 5 years. Marks 25 years. which I'm happy because I'm turning 20. So I could be out by the time I'm 45, have a paycheck for the rest of my life, and be in retirement, and retire by the time I'm old enough to. So, with that, I'm pretty... So, with that, so at MEPS, you know how you guys get, you guys get all that stuff. You're supposed to, like, take your swearing in, sign your final contracts, and all that stuff. I did not. I had to wait 3 weeks, because they couldn't get a ship date, because they wanted me to ship June 23rd, 2020. I said, I'm supposed to go on family vacation, I'm working a job right now. And I was like, I can't really do that, I'm so sorry. They said, let's look. I was like, can we look into fall? And we spent 15 minutes on the phone for each one of those jobs. And come to my knowledge, they couldn't get my contract ready because they couldn't get me a ship date to basic. Oh my goodness. I was like there for so long. Like I was there till 4:30 something. Yeah. Well, and my recruiter was already there because she had 2 people there. I was like, oh my goodness, my recruiter can't leave without me because I don't have my car. He's like, this is taking forever, I'm so sorry. And he's like, we should hopefully have your contract next week. And then next week came, no contract. Then the next week came, no contract. The next week came, June 11th, 3 weeks after I went to MEPS, it finally came. They finally got me a ship date. The day of my sister's birthday, I got that phone call, because I texted my recruiter like 2 hours before. I said, do you have an tentative date when I can, come and finally sign my papers and all that stuff? She's like, unfortunately, no, but I can find out for you. We're not going to give up on you. You've been working so hard for this. And I was like, thank you. Hopefully, I'm just really nervous. And then 3 hours later, I got a phone call. And I didn't realize it was her, so I was like, okay. And I saw it pop up, recruiter, on the voicemail and said, oh my goodness. She said, we got your contract. And so June 11th at 3 o'clock, I was at my recruiter's office, and it was an hour away from my house. So for a solid hour, I was sitting there. I was sitting in my recruiter's office for a solid hour because their computer and their biometric scanner didn't work. Girls, if you have biometrics, hopefully the Navy somehow fixes this. I hope all the service people fixes their biometric scanners and their computers. Because, I was there for an hour. I took off early from work, all that jazz. So I'm like, okay. So the Navy sent out an officer, and my dad was talking to them, and the officer, the one that swore me in, he and I talked, and he said, I'm so sorry, this is taking forever. This is usually not a problem. I'm like, it's okay, I'm fine with this, it's just really boring. Just all this waiting and stuff. And keep in mind, my whole entire family was there. Both my older sisters and my middle sister's boyfriend. It was funny because they were trying to recruit my sister's boyfriend right in front of me. So, yeah. With that, I was like, and they tried to recruit my dad. My dad's, he's like, I'm too old. And too many problems. I'm like, okay, well. So they were like, okay, well. I'm the youngest, so everyone had Navy gear on. But getting sworn in, you take your oath. And then I took my oath. It was a day I would never forget. Sorry, family. But with that, wowza. It was the best day. I got off work early. I gotta go hang out with the Ohana. Then we just hung out at my recruiter's office for an hour, got to know everyone pretty well. And then they figured out, they said, you know what, our biometric scanner's not working, yada yada. And so they were like, the officer that swearing me in said, why don't we just, print out the papers and have her, like, manually sign them so we can scan them in so she can get out of here soon. Yeah, I did that. I actually had to physically sign my papers. So, yeah, and then I took my oath. We waited there a couple more minutes because they had to make sure everything looked okay. And, like, you fill out questionnaires on that jazz. So I waited and waited. And then everything looked good. I said, then my recruiter hugged me. She said, I'm so proud of you. I said, well, she said, soon enough we're going to be calling you ma'am. Because my dream is to become an officer. I want that so badly. Like, I looked up, if I'm really being honest, I wish I could have gone to the Naval Academy. But I'm not that smart. I was not that smart in high school. If I got my shit together back in high school, you think I'd be sitting here right now as a CNA wiping people's butts? No, I wouldn't be. I'd be somewhere else. With that, and stuff, I got sworn in, and then I started my job. I've lost motivation. My mental health went a crash, only because I pull 48-hour shifts. I work my other job 7.5. I wake up at 5 a.m. I don't go to bed sometimes till the next day, till 5 p.m. Sometimes 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Some odd day. Yes. Well, wish me luck. Because in the Navy, I don't know how much sleep I'm going to get. Whether it's 8, 4, 3, 2, or 1 hour. Or at least it's something. Like today, working a 20-minute nap. Why am I doing this to myself? I'm going to be down to one job in November. I leave in 125 days for basic training. And tomorrow, when I cut my hours a little bit more, I want to start working out. Start my goal. I know it sounds a little pathetic, but with me, I have my tummy. My tummy's kind of big, but I want to hold on to the bar and be able to bring my feet up to my hands like they do in gymnastics, but that's a good core workout. So I want to do that and resign from my jobs. Well, one of them. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you have any other questions about like MEPS and stuff, MEPS. It was terrible. Very high stress day for me. Make sure you guys drink a lot of water the night before, enough for a urine sample. Because you're going to turn into me, you can't go if you don't drink enough. So, listen. Do exactly what you're told. And so, I hope that this overview was good for you guys. Because I just hope so. So, well, I see you guys next time.